Austin Mini, with its unconventional design and engineering, was rewriting the rules of the road. But what made this compact car a giant killer? And how did it become a symbol of British culture and innovation? Let's dive into the untold story of the Austin Mini, a tale of ingenuity, rebellion, and unexpected triumphs. In the late 1950s, Britain faced a fuel crisis due to the Suez Canal conflict. Gasoline was scarce and the market was flooded with tiny, inefficient cars from Europe. Enter Sir Alec Issigonis, who was tasked with designing a small, fuel-efficient car that didn't compromise on space or performance. The result was the Austin Mini, launched in 1959. Its revolutionary front-wheel drive layout and transverse engine allowed for 80% of the car's floor pan to be used for passengers and luggage. This design not only addressed the fuel crisis, but also set new standards in automotive engineering. But the Mini's innovation didn't stop at its layout. Its unique features, like the external door hinges and sliding windows, were all about maximizing space and minimizing cost. Its unique features, like the external door hinges and sliding windows, were all about maximizing space and minimizing cost. These design choices made the Mini not just practical but also iconic. And speaking of iconic, the Mini's design would soon influence more than just car enthusiasts. The Austin Mini's design was a masterclass in space efficiency. Its compact dimensions, just over 10 feet long, belied a surprisingly spacious interior. The wheels were pushed to the corners, enhancing stability and handling. The car's boxy shape wasn't just for looks, it was a deliberate choice to maximize interior space. One quirky feature was the large door pockets, reportedly sized to hold bottles of gin and vermouth, Issigonis's favorite cocktail ingredients. Even the boot lid was designed to be opened downward, allowing for longer items to be transported with the lid open. These thoughtful touches made the Mini not just a car but a lifestyle statement. But the Mini wasn't just about smart design, it had a need for speed. The Mini's lightweight design and nimble handling made it a formidable competitor on the racing circuit. In the 1960s, the Mini Cooper S, developed in collaboration with racing legend John Cooper, dominated events like the Monte Carlo Rally, winning in 1964, 1965, and 1967. The Mini's lightweight design and nimble handling made it a formidable competitor on the racing circuit. In the 1960s, the Mini Cooper S, developed in collaboration with racing legend John Cooper, dominated events like the Monte Carlo Rally, winning in 1964, 1965, and 1967. Its victory in 1966 was controversially overturned due to a headlamp technicality, but the Mini had already cemented its status as a racing icon. These victories weren't just about trophies. They showcased the Mini's engineering excellence and challenged the notion that bigger meant better in the automotive world. And while the Mini was conquering racetracks, it was also making waves in pop culture. The Austin Mini quickly became a symbol of 1960s British culture. It was the car of choice for celebrities like the Beatles and Peter Sellers. Its starring role in the 1969 film The Italian Job showcased its agility and charm, further embedding it into the public consciousness. The Mini's appeal wasn't just about fame. It represented a shift in societal values. It was affordable, stylish, and unpretentious, a car for the people. Its influence extended beyond the UK, becoming a global icon of innovation and design. But the Mini's story doesn't end in the past. It's still evolving today. After its initial production run ended in 2000, the Mini was reborn under BMW's stewardship. The new models retained the original spirit while incorporating modern technology and safety features. Today, the Mini continues to be a symbol of British engineering and design, appealing to a new generation of drivers. The Mini's legacy is not just in its longevity but in its impact on the automotive industry. It challenged conventions, inspired innovation, and proved that great things can come in small packages. The Austin Mini's journey from a solution to a fuel crisis to a cultural and racing icon is a testament to the power of innovative thinking. Its design, performance, and cultural impact have left an indelible mark on automotive history. As we look to the future of transportation, the Mini's legacy reminds us that sometimes the most revolutionary ideas come in the smallest packages.
A car that broke 63 speed records at Indianapolis, yet vanished into obscurity. A design so radical, it stunned post-war Britain. And a mission to conquer America that ended in failure. This is the story of the 1950 Austin A90 Atlantic, a tale of ambition, innovation, and mystery. And before we dive into these astonishing revelations, smash that subscribe button like you're revving a vintage engine to its limit. This journey through automotive history is one you won't want to miss. In the aftermath of World War II, Austin sought to captivate the American market with a car that embodied luxury and innovation. The A90 Atlantic was their answer, a vehicle designed to appeal to American tastes with features like a wraparound windshield, twin flying A-hood ornaments, and hydraulically powered windows and convertible top. Despite these efforts, the Atlantic struggled in the United States market. Its 2.7-litre four-cylinder engine producing 88 horsepower couldn't compete with the V8 engines popular in American cars. Only 350 units were sold in the United States, a fraction of the total production. But what about the Atlantic's performance? Let's explore its engineering marvels. Under the hood, the Atlantic featured a 2,660cc inline-4 engine with twin SU carburetors, delivering 88 brake horsepower at 4,000 RPM and 140 pound-feet of torque. This setup allowed the car to reach a top speed of 91 miles per hour and accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 16.6 seconds. The car's 4-speed manual transmission operated via a column-mounted shifter, and its independent front suspension with coil springs, contributed to a smooth driving experience. However, its handling was considered average for the era. Interestingly, the Atlantic's engine later powered the Austin Healey 100, which is really a testament to its robust design. Yet despite its engineering feats, the Atlantic's design held secrets that truly set it apart. The Atlantic's design was, a blend of British craftsmanship and American flair. Its wave-shaped front fenders and semi-pontoon rear styling echoed the aesthetics of American cars like the Buick. Features like the centrally mounted third headlight and the option for metallic dualescent paint colors added to its distinctive appearance. The interior boasted leather upholstery, a 4-speed column-mounted shift, and center-mounted gauges adaptable for both left and right-hand driving. These design choices were bold for a British manufacturer, aiming to make a statement in the global market. But how did the Atlantic fare in terms of production and legacy? Between 1949 and 1952, Austin produced 7,981 Atlantics, with a roughly equal split between convertibles and coupes. Despite its innovative features, the car didn't achieve commercial success, leading to its discontinuation. Today, the Atlantic is a rare collector's item with only a fraction of the original units still in existence. Its unique blend of design and engineering continues to captivate classic car enthusiasts. What led to its downfall? Let's uncover the challenges it faced. The Atlantic's ambitious design came with drawbacks. The lack of factory rust-proofing and styling that trapped mud led to rapid corrosion, a common issue in post-war British cars. Additionally, many Atlantics were dismantled to provide parts for the more popular Austin Healey 100, further reducing their numbers. These factors, combined with its underwhelming performance in the target market, really contributed to the Atlantic's decline. Yet, the Atlantic story doesn't end here. Its influence actually extended beyond its production years. Despite its commercial failure, the Atlantic left a lasting impact. Its engine's use in the Austin Healey 100 highlighted its engineering prowess. The car's bold design choices, well, they paved the way for future British vehicles aiming to capture international markets. Today, the Atlantic is celebrated for its daring innovation and serves as a reminder of the risks and rewards of automotive design. The 1950 Austin A90 Atlantic stands as a symbol of ambition and innovation. Its story is one of bold dreams, engineering feats and lessons learned. Though it didn't achieve the success Austin hoped for, its legacy endures, captivating those who appreciate the artistry of classic automobiles. No fair warning, there's a hidden story bubbling under that classic bonnet. In 1957, the sleek British roadster you think you know, the Healey, secretly packed a six-cylinder punch, and that metal bulge wasn't just eye candy. Beneath that hood lies a tale of rushed engineering, secret show cars and rally chaos. And trust me, what comes next flips this car's legacy on its head. Smash that subscribe button like it's a loose lug nut, and buckle up, because the deep dive into the 106's jaw-dropping secret starts right now. They took the 2.6-litre BMC C-Series inline-six, originally from sedans, dropped it into the 100's chassis, but it didn't fit. Enter the bonnet bulge and scoop, not styling flair but space for carburetors and clearance. That heavy engine initially churned out just 102 bhp, less than the outgoing four-cylinder, and added nearly 120 kg, so it was slower off the line. Yet drivers praised its smooth torque and refinement. They then unleashed the upgraded six-port cylinder head and twin HD 6 carbs, pushing numbers to 117 bhp. That Mille Miglia engine brought serious grunt improves at cruising speeds. But that's only the beginning. Next, we'll dive into why these changes triggered unexpected production secrets. By late 1957, production quietly shifted from Longbridge to MG's Abingdon plant. It wasn't just a logistics shuffle. Abingdon introduced slimmer oval instruments, chrome dash trims, and firmware changes to dash-mounted overdrive. They also brought back the BN6 two-seater in 1958, shorter, sharper lines, but still packing six-cylinder punch. And there's a twist. Many parts shared between factory rally cars and show models, sturdy chassis frames and hidden spring bracing, bled through into production cars, giving the 106 under-the-radar durability. That shared DNA led to surprising results in motorsport. Coming up, what Healey's lightweight racers exposed about the road-going models. As soon as the six-cylinder was in play, Healey threw cars into events. 1957 Sestriere Rally, Sebring, even Mille Miglia Prep, with 106S holding their own. One hit second in class at Sebring with Weber carbs and stripped bodywork. SCCA champion Dick Thompson even raced one to US glory. But rally drivers like Pat Moss hammered them as tricky beasts. Cramped footwells, oversteer underbraking and side curtain flaps blowing open mid-stage. Those race-bred weaknesses actually sparked Healey's next big move. And later, Lund upgrades addressed them head-on. Wait till you hear how a show-stopping concept car used racing secrets to become legendary. In October 1958 at Earl's Court, Healey debuted Goldie, a one-off 106 draped in champagne leather, mink-trimmed seats and full-on 24-carat plating, right down to screws and wire wheels. Paid for by the Daily Express contest, it was built in secret and was the only non-competition Healey fitted with disc brakes and servo assistance, years ahead of production, a Sotheby's.com 6. The result? A stiffer chassis, silk-smooth ride and, according to post-restoration tests, a 120 miles per hour top speed. Even the ignition key was gold-plated. But here's the kicker. Every mechanical innovation that made Goldie shatter expectations found its way in pieces into later Healey models. And it's those pieces that directly sculpted the next model in line. By March 1959, Healey launched the 3000 MKY BN7/BT7, a 2.9L evolution of the 106's design. It inherited the six-port head, bigger carbs and stiffer frame, all lessons from the 106 and Goldie experiments. Now boasting 124 GP, front discs as standard, and still priced lower in the US than the old 106, it became Healey's greatest success. But deeper than specs, every secret, bonnet bulge, hidden bracing, engine tuning, linked the 106 to the 3000's legend. And there's one final secret tucked in the 106's DNA that German tuners discovered. Coming next, the secret tuning well that boosted performance beyond factory specs. In the 60s and 70s, secretive German tuner Westlake became a legend for ported heads and triple SU carb swaps, turning 106S into 140 GP monsters. They took cues from the earlier 6-port head and Weiss tuning, but milled combustion chambers and shaved torque curves, making them rally beasts again. Even today, 106S fetch high prices at Concours shows. Goldie sold for about $180K in 2017. Yet parking a 106 next to a 3000 at a show, the height, the scoop, and that scoop bulge tell the story. This was the model that bridged a humble 4-cylinder origin and an icon's destiny. The 1957 Austin Healey 106 wasn't a simple step up, it was a crucible of engineering risk, motorsport grit, and show car brinkmanship. From that squashed engine bay and bulging scoop to secret racing updates and Goldie's 24-carat bravado, it laid every stone for the era's finest big Healey, the 3000. So just picture yourself rolling into a gas station back in 1958 and, well, heads are turning. Not for some flashy Cadillac, but for this tiny 1500cc wonder called the Austin Metropolitan. This pint-sized powerhouse, believe it or not, hid some shocking secrets in its design, its performance, and even its Hollywood cameos. But, you know, there's one twist you absolutely won't believe. Smash that subscribe button like it's the horn on this little beast. You'll want front row seats for the next secrets we uncover. The Metropolitan was actually born from a rather bold idea. Design it in Detroit by William Flajole, build it in Britain with Austin right-hand drive, and then, well, sell it in the US as a Nash or Hudson. This was honestly one of the earliest global car projects, beating modern platforms by decades. Keep watching because, trust me, the engine story gets even more juicy. In early '56, it ditched the original 1200cc engine for a beefier 1489cc B series from Austin's A50 Cambridge, officially dubbed the Metropolitan 1500. That brought horsepower up to around 52, giving this lightweight just enough pep to hit 0 to 60 in about 22 seconds. Slow by today's standards, but really quite respectable back then. There's a deeper twist next. Stick around. The Met had its quirks, a non-functional hood scoop, skirted front wheels that gave it a bit of a bumper car vibe, and a continental spare wheel in the rear, with turn radii so wide you'd curse every parking spot. But you know it also had luxuries, a radio, a heater, even a cigarette lighter, to make it feel upscale next to bigger, less equipped rivals. What happened when it hit Hollywood? Coming up? This little charmer landed on the silver screen in the 1958 classic Funny Face, alongside Audrey Hepburn and Fred Astaire. It became a style icon, a cute car that women and men both embraced. Plus, it was one of the first American market compacts designed with fuel efficiency, claimed almost 40 miles per gallon when gas guzzlers ruled. But the real cult love came later. By the 90s, road and track's initial criticism. And there's one final secret still ahead. So, there you have it. A tiny car with a global pedigree engine, upgrades, Hollywood allure, quirky engineering hacks, and a passionate collector following. The Austin Metropolitan wasn't just a little car, it was a statement of innovation, style, and fun. If you think the British car industry only made giants like the Rolls-Royce and quirky classics like the Mini, then get ready to have your mind twisted like a spanner at a 1970s garage. A car that drove like a dream, had a powerful 6-cylinder engine, self-leveling suspension, plush leather seats, and was built like a tank but got completely destroyed in sales by its own cousins. Welcome to the story of the Austin 3 Litre, a car that tried to be everything and somehow ended up being forgotten by everyone. This was a vehicle designed to challenge Jaguar and Rover, yet today Most people don't even know it existed. It's like Austin created a secret masterpiece, then shoved it into the back of the garage and lost the keys. Smash that subscribe button like you're smashing a stubborn gearbox into reverse on a cold British morning, because what you're about to hear is one of the most underrated and shocking stories in British automotive history. And trust me, what happens at the end of this video will leave you wondering, how many other great cars were lost to the shadows? Let's start with the basics. The Austin 3-litre debuted in 1967. With the goal of giving Austin a top-tier luxury saloon, a true flagship. But here's the weird thing. It didn't look like a flagship at all.